So okay, so permutation combination. So the basic idea of permutation combination. What does combination mean? And what does permutation mean? So combination refers to selection, whereas permutation refers to ordered selection. So now, what does this actually refer to? So what I'm telling you is, say combination, let's say you have the 5 letters A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, just 5 letters you have. What you want to do is you want to select 3 of them. Okay, you want to select 3 of the letters. So in how many ways can you select the 3 letters? Okay, so you might be aware that we are going to do 5C3. Maybe you are aware of this. Maybe you are not. Doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. Ayushi, you have asked something. One sec. Okay, you know that. Okay. So now the point is like, why do we do 5C3? Okay, so something like 5C3. What's the meaning of 5C3? Why do we do 5C3? So for that, first let's analyze what is the total number of ways in which you can select the letters. Okay. So let me just quickly write down all the combinations. So one is ABC. Now when I'm writing down combinations, observe the pattern that I'm using. Okay. I'm not randomly saying, okay, ABC, then ABD, the CDE. I randomly, if I do, then I will lose track. So a pattern, how do you generalize the pattern? So keep A and B same, keep changing the next one. Okay. You are done with A and B combination, nothing else could be possible. So now move on to the next thing with A. So keeping A fixed, now change B and make it C. And now check ACD, ACE. So everything with C done. See, I'm not going to write ACB again because it's after all a selection. ABC and ACB selection wise is the same selection. Okay, we are not interested in which order you have selected. Okay, for example, like if I tell you that select a cricket team for India, you don't really matter whether let's say Dhoni gets selected as the first player and Dhoni gets selected as the last player, right? As long as Dhoni is selected, so it's the same thing. However, the batting order is a completely different thing. So I'm not concerned with the batting order right now. I'm just selecting the team. So that way. So ACD, ACE is done. Now AC combination is done. So next go to AD. With AD, I'll only get ADE. So I have finished everything with A. Now let's move on to B. Now with B, BA combination we have already considered. So I'll go to BC directly. And BC, I'll move forward. So BCD and then again BCE. Okay. With BC, it's done. Now BD. So BD, there is only one combination, BDE. Last, I will go to C. So now C and then C, D you have already covered. So C, D, E and nothing else is left. So there are 10 such cases. So 10 selections are possible. Okay. Now, the question is, how do we, like, without actually writing down such 10 selections, how can we directly get it? Okay. So therein comes the advantage of knowing 5C3. Now we'll first decide, like, discuss how that 5C3 has come into the picture first of all. Now to answer that, you have to understand something different. So let us say that this represents a room, okay, and these represent some doors. So there are two red doors, let us say, and there are three black doors like this. So there are doors in a room which are of different colors. Similarly, on this side also there are, let's say, two black doors, and let us say there is one red door. Okay. So now let us say this is the entry side. You enter from this side, and this is the exit. So the entrance has 5 doors and the exit has 3 doors. This is what the room is like. Now I ask you a question. In how many ways can you enter the room? So you will say 5, right? Because there are 5 doors for entry. So you will say that there are 2 red doors or 3 black doors. So there are 5 doors in all. You can enter. Similarly, if I ask you, in how many ways can you exit? So you will say there are 3 doors by which you can exit. Now, if I ask you, in how many doors can you pass through the room? So will you say that there are 5 entry doors, 3 exit doors, so 5 plus 3, 8 ways? Or do you say 5 entry doors, 3 exit doors, 5 times 3, 15 ways? Okay. So which one is the correct one? The answer is that it will be multiplied, not added. Why? So let's understand that why. Okay. So let me just name the doors for entry as E1, 2, 3, E1, E2, E3, E4, E5. And let's call the exit doors as X1, X2, and X3. Now, understand that if I enter through E1, I can exit through either X1 or X2 or X3. So there are 3 options. Correct? If I enter through E1, I have 3 options to go out. But if I enter through E2, then also I have 3 options to go out. If I enter through E3, then also I have 3 options to go out. And in this way, if I enter through E5, then also I have 3 options to go out. So how many options do I have?
15.
Which I can just simply say 3 times 5. So what am I reading it as? 5 ways to enter and 3 ways to exit. Remember a simple rule that if you say the word and, you just multiply. Okay, this is a very
Okay.
simple rule. Whenever you say and, you multiply. Whenever you say or, you add. So that is why, observe here, when I said the word or, here you can enter through 2 red doors or 3 black doors. So I said the word or, I added them. I did not multiply and say 2 times 3, 6 ways. Got it? So this is the fundamental point which you should definitely remember. Okay, you should not forget this. And means multiply, or means addition. Okay, works every time. In any question of permutation combination, you will invariably get a case where you have to multiply or add. This is what you think. Am I going to do and, or am I going to do or? So accordingly, you multiply or add. So now, continuing with this diagram only, with this entry exit thing, if I just say that there are 2 friends now, okay, 2 friends A and B. Now, in how many ways can they enter through the same colored door? In how many ways can they enter through the same colored door? So what will you say? That A uses red and B uses red, or A uses black and B uses black, isn't it? If I am talking of the same color door, then this is going to happen.
Hmm.
So now A uses red, so that's 2 ways. Just looking at entry, right? Not the exit. I'm not interested in exit at all. So A can enter in 2 ways, and means multiply. Now, just because A has entered through one door, B can still enter through that door also, right? So for B, you still have 2 entries, like 2 doors, red, done. So it was and, I multiplied 2 into 2. Or means I'm going to add. So with this, I add. A uses black, 3 options, and B uses black, 3 options. So 4 plus 9. So there are 13 ways in which the 2 friends can enter. Okay, there are 13 ways in which the 2 friends can enter. Huge. If I, however, just change wording slightly, in how many ways can they enter the same through the same colored door, but a different door? So that means what? I am not going to use the same door again, but I have to keep the same color, maintain the same color. So I will still have this. I will still have this. And here A uses red if it's two ways. B cannot have both ways because one of the doors A has already used. B cannot use that door. It has to be a different door. But he has to maintain the color, so he can only use one other red door. There are two red doors. Odd means plus. Now A uses black. There are three options. One of the black doors is gone, so there are two black doors left. B can use any of the two, so two options. Now the answer is 2 plus 6. There are 8 options. 8 ways they can enter. Was this logic clear?
Yes, sir.
So be very clear about when we are going to multiply and when we are going to add. Okay. This is going to be the most important part of your permutation combination stuff. Now, let us come back to our original question that we had. Okay. So we were focusing on that A, B, C, D, and E. I have to select 3 of the letters. In how many ways can I do that? Okay. So now, if I were to ask you, in how many ways can I arrange 3 of the 5 letters in a row? Okay. So in how many ways can I arrange 3 of those 5 letters in a row? So there are 3 seats in the row where these guys are going to sit down. These are the 3 seats. Okay. One of them will be taken up by one person, then the second seat, and then the third seat. This is how it is going to be, right? So if I say that in how many ways can I fill up? So I have to fill up all 3 seats, right? So I can say this, that the first seat can be filled in 5 ways because there are 5 people, 5 letters. I can choose any of the 5 letters for the first place. Now once that one letter has gone, the second seat can be filled in one less way. It's not 5 ways anymore, it's 4 ways. And the third seat can be filled in again one less way, 3 ways, because 2 letters have already been placed. So till here it is fine. 5, 4, and 3. Number of ways of filling up each position: 5 ways, 4 ways, and 3 ways. Now the question is, do I multiply or do I add? Okay. So what do I say? I need to fill the first place. I am giving a space. The second place, and again I'm leaving a space. The third place. And I am saying, what do I write here? Do I write and do I write or? So is it that I need to fill the first place or the second place? And yes. So you know what you have to write, right? This is English language. It's all going to be and. And what do we do when we have and? We multiply. So number of ways is 5 times 4 times 3, which is 60. But let's keep it like this: 5 into 4 into 3. Is it okay? Number of ways in which I can arrange 3 of the 5 letters is 5 into 4 into 3. Okay. Now, let me again ask you the same question. Okay. In how many ways can you arrange 3 of the 5 letters? And for that, what you now answer is slightly different. So you say, I will select 3 of the 5 letters first. So first I will select the 3 letters which I will arrange. And now I will arrange those 3 letters. in the 3 places available. Isn't it the same thing? I directly arrange the 3 letters from the 5, or first I select 3 letters and then I arrange the 3 letters. It effectively means the same. Effect will be the same. Okay. Now observe, I will select 3 of the 5 letters. So that answer is 5C3. I will select 5C3 means what? From 5 things you select 3 things. Okay. This is the notation. This is the notation. Let us say I don't know what is this formula for. Okay. How much is 5C3? I don't know. I just know that there is a notation which says 5C3. So I am trying to deduce what is that 5C3. Okay. So I just keep 5C3. Now I say and. Okay. When I say and, I mean what? I will multiply. Now what will I do? I will arrange 3 letters in those 3 places. So the first place can be filled in 3 ways, because there are only 3 letters now. There are not 5 letters, right? 3 letters. And the next place in 2 ways, and the last place in 1 way. Correct? Till here it is fine. Number of ways of filling up the first place, the second place, and the third place. Once we already have 3 letters with us. So what I am basically saying is that previous value 5 times 4 times 3 is the same as 5C3 times 3 times 2 times 1, isn't it? Because both of them are the same answer. This answer and this answer are the same. So they must be equal. So if they are equal, then what is 5C3? 5C3 is nothing but 5 times 4 times 3 divided by 3 times 2 times 1. Okay. Now, what is 5 times 4 times 3? Can I write that 5 times 4 times 3 is nothing but 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial? What is factorial? You know, right? Factorial of 5 is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And here I have only 5, 4 and 3. The 2 and 1 is not there. So I divided by 2 and 1. That's okay. Also 3 times 2 times 1 is nothing but 3 factorial. So using this above, I get finally 5C3 is 5 factorial by 2 factorial divided by 3 factorial. So 5 factorial upon 2 factorial, 3 factorial, 2 factorial. And now you have your formula for NCR. So what is the formula for NCR? It's n factorial divided by, so 5, where did I get the 3? 3 things we were selecting. So I will get an R factorial here. The thing is, now what did I get the 2? 2 is 5 minus 3, that's 2. So this is how the formula comes of NCR. Was this clear? This is the formula for NCR. N factorial divided by R factorial times n minus R factorial. So you must understand why something is being done. Okay. Do not blindly just memorize it. Just go through this and tell me whether this part is clear or not.
Okay.
This is okay, everyone?
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yeah, okay. So now if I, let's say, were to ask you, if I were to ask you from what did you understand from this? So when I am doing NCR, look, I am working with letters like A, B, C, D, E. What are these? They're all different distinct letters, right? NCR means from N, so from N distinct letters or distinct objects, you need to select R objects. In how many ways? So in how many ways can you select R objects from n distinct objects? This is what NCR does. the most important word here is distinct. So if there was a repetition of objects, okay, so for example, if I say that A, B, C, and I say that select 3 letters, you cannot do 63. That's incorrect. 63 is wrong. Okay, 63 is completely wrong, because if you can calculate, just do a calculation, you will find 63 comes to actually 20. Okay, just do that calculation yourself. I'm just, you know the formula now, you can do it. But if I actually manually count 3 letters being selected from this, okay, if you count it manually, so see what all combinations you get. You get AAB, AAC. So that's all you get with double A. Okay, you don't get triple A option at all, because you have only 2 A's. So with 2A, the third letter can be a B or it can be a C. So it's done. Next, you can have a double B with a double B with C, or a triple B also. And the last case you can get is where all of them are different. So A, B, C. So you actually have only 6 cases. You cannot have anything else other than these 6 when you have to select 3 letters. So the actual answer is 6. But if you do combination, you are getting 20. So this 20 is wrong. You cannot do that. Why is it wrong? Because it violates the basic rule that you must have distinct objects. Here you do not have distinct objects. Okay, so whenever you are doing a permutation combination question and you have to do a selection, the first and foremost thing you should check is whether you have all the objects as distinct objects or not, and then go on to apply that formula of NCR. If you cannot, then you have to do something else. Like today we don't have enough time, okay, so to discuss all that, so that we can take up in some other class also. Sorry, yes, you're
No,
saying?
sir, it's okay.
Okay. So today we don't have the time to discuss all of that. Okay, so that's a lot of concepts there. So we will do that in gradual classes. But this is what the first and foremost thing is NCR. Okay. When do you do n factorial? This is just something very commonly I see that everyone thinks of doing n factorial. You can never do n factorial unless it is an arrangement case. Only arrangement. N factorial is only arrangement. Just keep something in your mind. So only arrangement. What sort of arrangement? So if there are 3 distinct letters and you need to arrange them in a line, so you will say like what we were doing then. So first place in 3 ways, then second place in 2 ways, and then third place in 1 way. So you will get 6. So that's 3 factorial. Instead of this, if there were 4 objects and there will be 4 places then, so you will have the 4th place also. So 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, now it becomes 4 factorial. Okay, so what does n factorial stand for? So n distinct objects to be arranged in a line, that's n factorial. N factorial can never be a case of selection. Okay, so if you see a question is coming that it have to be selection, then you cannot use n factorial. Just keep it in mind. You never should do it. You should do something else. That's the important point. Again, here observe I'm doing distinct. Okay, what happens if there is not distinct objects? You do not have distinct objects. So that we will gradually do. Okay, so when we have identical objects, you know that you divide by a factorial. Okay, but why do you divide by a factorial? Just because it's identical, or there can be some other cases also where you can also divide. Okay, so those things we will discuss in more detail. But for the time being, you just focus on 2 aspects of permutation combination: is what is selection, that's NCR. Why do we do NCR, and what is the formula? Why is that the formula? So that's what we discussed today. And what does n factorial represent? N factorial represents just arrangement. Okay. Any doubts still here?
No, sir, it was fine.
Okay. So if I ask you this question, Okay, just one small question. In terms of this selection, okay, since we did not do much of arrangement, let's stick to selection. So there were 4 men and there are 5 women, okay, and you have to make a team of 4 people such that there is at least one woman present always. In how many ways can you form the team? In how many ways can you form the team? Okay, if this is a question. So how do we do this? So what do we have to do here? At least one woman means what? So you need one woman. So it's okay. You can have one woman. But then you need 4 people. So you need 3 men also. But that's okay. But you can also have 2 women because I said at least one. So you can have more than one also. And 2 men here for. So one woman and or here and or next 3 women and 1 man or 4 women. Okay, so these are the 4 possible cases that you can have. So for this one woman and 3 men. So select one woman from 5 women, 5C1 and multiply. Select 3 men from 4 men, 4C3. Okay, that's the first one. Next, plus this one 5C2, okay, 2 women and 4C2, okay, plus this one 5C3, 4C1 and plus again last case 5C4. Okay, these are the 4 cases that you can have. Now let's quickly calculate this. Okay, so you get accustomed to that formula gradually. Meanwhile, I'll just quickly tell you the calculations for this. 5C1 is 5, 4C3 is 4, so that's 20. I'll give you some shortcuts regarding that later on, maybe. Okay, once you like we do normal classes. 5C2 is 10, 4C2 is 6, so that's 60. This is again 10, 40, and 5C4 is 5. And the sum now comes out to be 125. Okay, 125 ways. All right. Alternately, instead of doing so much, what you could have just simply done is, okay, you need at least one woman, fine. Just make a team. So do 9C. So for 9 people, without any restrictions, just do 9C4. Now, what is the problem? There is a problem that in some of the teams, you will have only men possible because you needed 4 people. And there is a case of 4 men being a part of the team. So that case you cannot have. So which case you cannot have? Where 9C4 is the total number of teams possible minus the teams where only men are there. Only men means 4C4. Okay, there's because only 4 men are there, all 4 have to be selected. That's only one possible way you could have formed a team, and that team cannot be accepted. So 4C4 ways. 9C4 if you calculate is 126, and that's 1, so 125. So this is a much easier way of calculating. This is by the principle of negation. Okay, what is negation principle? You don't actually calculate the question, you calculate what violates the question, what is against the question, and subtract from the total. When do you do that? When the cases not satisfying are actually fewer in number. So you have lesser calculation to do. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So today I'll just stop here then. Okay. This question was also okay, right?
Okay,
You have
sir.
understood this idea?
Yeah. Totally.
So after this class, do you think that your concepts of permutation combination have improved a bit, or you more or less knew all of this? Because it's possible that you knew all of this, because I start from the basics like this
Yeah,
always.
just got a revision and it's good and I'm remembering things right now.
Okay. So good. Yeah. Okay. So later on, we'll move on to higher concepts also later on. Okay. Like in normal due course of
Okay.
time. All right. So that's it for today then. All right.
Okay,
Bye
sir.
then.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.